When Lego and Nintendo announced they were partnering up, I was excited. The Super Mario sets weren't exactly what I hoped for, but I was hopeful for the future, and I didn't have to wait long. The Lego NES is pretty much exactly what I had been looking forward to. I enjoy the types of Lego sets that will look great on a shelf when complete, and the NES delivers on that magnificently. When finished, it's an absolute joy to look at, but as someone who is, to say the least, inexperienced with lengthy Lego builds, I wasn't quite sure what I was getting myself into. The LEGO NES is a large set, containing over 2,600 bricks, and it consists of the NES console itself, a Super Mario Bros. Cartridge made of Legos, a life-size controller, and a retro-style TV that contains a rolling Mario screenshot to give the impression that the game is being played on the TV. When the set was announced to be a staggering $229, I was hit with some sticker shock, but after building it and seeing the meticulous attention to detail and care that went into its design, I have to say, I think the price makes sense. When you open the box, you're greeted by over 20 individually bagged groups of Legos, along with two thick instruction booklets. The instructions are very detailed, and Lego made it easy to keep track of which section of the build you're on, as each set of steps is contained in one bag of bricks. To make things simpler, the NES and TV each had individual instructions. I would have liked to have had the option to build these with an app on my phone, similarly to how Labo or even Lego's own Super Mario kit operate, but the books did their job just fine. I completed the build over a few long nights, aiming to get 5 or 6 bags of bricks finished a day, and even as a complete novice, I had very little trouble getting it done. Of the two builds, I enjoyed the TV more. When working on the NES, I seldom felt that I knew what I was doing. At the beginning of each section in the instruction manual, there's an illustration that will show you what your build will look like when you've completed the current set of instructions. Even so, I never felt that I was fully aware of what component of the NES I was building. When I would snap my current work into place, it would click and I'd be intrigued, but with the TV, I felt I always knew exactly what I was building, and as a result, it felt easier overall. I enjoyed building the TV more, but upon completion, the NES is the far greater marvel. Once I finished building the console, I was stunned by how close its likeness is to the real deal. The controllers plug in even if they're non-functional, and everything you'd expect to find on the console is present and accounted for. The AV jacks are properly labeled, the front flap opens and shuts, and you can insert the included Mario Kart and even press it down into the console where it will remain in place. And if that isn't enough, there's even a small Mario Easter egg hidden inside the console. Every time I see the NES sitting on my shelf, I smile a little. It was an arduous build for me, but I love the end result. As designs go, I consider the NES console portion of this package to be flawless. I wish I could say the same for the TV, though. The low-tech TV included in the NES set was a more exciting concept to me, and it was certainly more enjoyable to build, but some questionable design decisions hold it back for me. Inside the TV is an intricate system of gears and cranks that power its main feature, to scroll a Mario level across its screen. Much to my surprise, I got this part working without issue, though I did doubt myself every step of the way. Once the TV was complete, however, problems began to arise. My first and most major complaint with the TV lies in its stand. The stand is a simple 4-legged TV mount. It's supportive enough and the low-tech TV sits on it without any problems, but that's all it does. It rests on it, not locking in or snapping on the way most Lego bricks do. As a result, when scrolling the screenshot, the TV jostles around on the stand and can fall off. Additionally, the gears that connect directly to the crank on the bottom of the TV are exposed, meaning that you can't really scroll the screen without setting the TV on the stand. I'm not sure why LEGO's designers opted not to have the stand attach in some way, and as a novice builder, I spent a significant amount of time thinking I had made some huge mistake in building it, only to find out that this was by design. For something that I want to display for years to come, the idea that the TV stand doesn't attach to it makes me worry that it will eventually fall. Finally, and this is the most minor complaint I have, if you follow the instructions, you won't be able to use the also recently released LEGO Super Mario figure with the NES kit. On the top of the TV, there's a scannable brick that LEGO Mario can interact with, which will make him play authentic sound effects from the original game as you scroll Mario through the level. For Mario to make those sounds, he needs to rest inside a small gap on the top of the TV. When certain bricks pass under Mario's feet, they'll trigger the sounds to play. It's a really cool trick and highlights the ingenuity of LEGO's design team, but if you install the top panel and don't know how this works, there's nothing in the included documentation that will help you. There's nothing in the instructions for the LEGO NES that would tell you would need to not install the TV's final top panel in order to make this work, and while it was easy enough to sort out for myself, I wish they would have called it out in the book. With the build complete, everything the LEGO NES can do tested, and a few days spent appreciating the finished product, how do I feel about it? Honestly, I like it a lot. The console and TV's instructions were simple enough for me to follow, the finished product is a joy to behold, and the interaction between the TV and LEGO Mario are fantastic. If I could physically attach the TV stand to the TV without fear of it toppling, I'd rate this set a bit higher, but as it stands, it's still exactly what I was hoping for. That wraps up our review of the LEGO NES. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to Game Explained for any future LEGO Nintendo collaborations, as well as all other things gaming. Ring that notification bell to be the first to know every time a new video goes up, and I'll see you next time.